Star Trek 57, M23, take 2.
It's the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Tell me what you meant just now.
Did you ever think about why the Negus has put you in charge of such a lucrative opportunity?
Isn't it obvious? He knows I have the lobes for business.
That's only part of it.
I refuse to stand here and allow my brother to be insulted. You're fired.
Shut up. Go on.
If the negotiations are profitable, then the Negus becomes the greatest hero ever. But if they fail, he's gonna need someone to take the blame.
You mean me?
All I'm saying is be careful.
I never heard such ridiculous lies. He's just jealous of your success, brother.
No, he's right. If something goes wrong, it'll be my fault.
Then you're going to need help, brother.
Yes.
Someone to serve as your consultant during negotiations.
Yes.
Someone like me.
No.
Hello, and welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Whatever it is, it's important. And I want a piece of it.
I did the thing again.
Wait, which thing?
Where I play the sound after you say the thing.
No, but don't you always do that?
I know.
I thought
did
you
it,
always did
I
that.
did it again.
Oh.
That's great.
Is it becoming?
It was really consistent.
Is it becoming derivative?
Derivative.
I mean, not necessarily.
That's our thing, man. It's your thing.
What you do is you develop
his thing.
You develop a pattern, structure. People enjoy structure, even though our show is ostensibly somewhat chaotic from here and there.
It's
and now,
madcap.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, madcap, but it's
Madcap.
Madcap goofiness, but bound by a structure. Maybe a not as visible structure. Maybe we're good at hiding it a little bit, but you got to have those. You got to have those patterns for the audience to grow comfortable, and they'll grasp onto them. There's the intro music, and then they play a clip from the show that will kind of set up the theme of the show. Then they got to start talking. They say, "Hello, it's the podcast," and then they do podcast stuff.
Hello, it's the podcast.
So I see your point.
It's good to have the patterns. And the other thing that's good about laying down those patterns is once you dig those grooves deep enough, then you can start having fun going against the grain. Quite literally going against the grain, scooping out of them grooves and doing something a little wacky and different. Throws people off, and they're like, that was clever. Presuming it was clever. It's not always.
Just thought I'd ask.
I'm very excited.
Hopefully that's the shape of things to come.
I'm very excited for tonight's episode. Look, I love
Then it's settled.
I love doing this show each and every week, but every now and then there's an episode of Star Trek where in my mind I'm like Dan's having some fun at home. Dan's having
Inconceivable.
Dan's having a busy week because I don't know how he's going to pick and choose what clips to clip from here because there's a lot of good ones. All right, and from which episode? We should mention that.
Maybe
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah,
talking about patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Pitter-patter.
We're on episode number 370,000 or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. We'll make it a game. We'll make it a game. Dan.
My apologies, Quark.
There's one particular line. I'm sure you clipped it. I'm hoping you clipped it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm just gonna kind of wait for it. So Dan says it's episode 370,000.
339.
Jesse was saying 338.
339.
Now he's correcting himself.
That's right.
Which is the correct thing to do because it is indeed episode 339 of the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Aren't you on the wrong side of the wormhole?
It certainly feels that way.
It was last week.
A lot of sexual politics in this episode. Okay, this episode. Speaking of which, on episode 339 of the It's Got Star Trek podcast, we are going to discuss
He said going.
Going.
in detail. We're going to discuss the episode that is titled. It is a second season Deep Space Nine episode.
What's the title?
I believe it's the 7th episode of the second season, and it is entitled Rules of Acquisition.
It's a female!
We can't wait to hear what you have to say.
All right, this is
It's a female!
It's so great. They sound like a bunch of children.
I know.
Oh no, my
Like
God!
it was a spider or something.
No!
okay. So, it is a Ferengi episode. It's still not the one I'm thinking of. I'm sure you're gonna get to it eventually. Okay, it's a Ferengi episode. I think it's a good one. There's definitely there's some caveats. There's some interesting things to discuss.
Well, is this the introduction of the Dominion?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
The
pretty important.
The first mention of
This
the
is a
Dominion.
funny.
First mention.
This is a funny episode to introduce the Dominion. It almost makes me
Totally.
think that they didn't intend for the Dominion to be as big as it was.
No, according to Memory Alpha, the producers purposefully picked this episode. They wanted it to be a goofy
Interesting.
episode.
That is interesting.
To throw the audience off a little, to sort of just insert this in and start kind of laying the groundwork. Now, look, I'm sure it's similar to the Borg on TNG, where they probably didn't have it completely fleshed out at this point exactly what was going on with the Dominion, but they were intentionally trying to insert it into this type of episode so that you just think it's a little side thing and not maybe immediately understand how
That was risky.
integral it would be. So I think that was cool. Okay, so Ferengi episode.
But that's an important thing to note.
What, that is a Ferengi episode?
Very, very
No, that
important.
it was Dominion.
That it was the Dominion. Yes, I was saying it's important to note as a Ferengi episode. Some
Yes.
people compare Ferengi to goblins, and I don't. I mean, I get it, but I also think because actual goblins are going to be annoyed by that. So real world goblins.
Well, Kira says.
They're greedy, misogynistic, untrustworthy little trolls.
Yeah.
Little
I mean,
troll.
specious much, Kira?
I mean, Zach is a
She's
piece
got
of
issues,
shit, but
man.
she definitely, yeah.
I like how they have the sort of the differing view. Like they have Dax there to offer a different,
Yes.
an opposing view to Kira, and I like that Dax is like, oh yeah, don't trust him at all.
Yeah.
But as long as you accept that you can't trust them,
take them for what
as
they
long
are.
as you can accept that you can't trust them, they're actually pretty cool to hang around. And that's actually an important thing I think to remember in life is you don't have to trust someone to have fun with them. You just
Absolutely
gotta
not.
know. You just gotta know the rules going into it. You know.
Just gotta watch it.
Don't assume they're going to suddenly behave in a different way
Right.
than they
You
always
just
have behaved.
you just have to know what to expect and make the best of it, and you can actually have a really good time as a result.
Meet people where they are
Monsters.
and enjoy. Okay,
Partying with monsters.
Jesse has a different message. He's taking a different message. He's like, these are goblin monsters.
You could just party with monsters as long as you accept that they're monsters.
Well, I mean, real life goblins, I'm down to hang with. Ferengi, probably. It depends.
Yeah,
It depends on the Ferengi, because
Quark is cool.
Quark is cool.
They weren't monsters.
They were considered monsters.
Monsters.
The monster.
Dan's search is his sound clip search function is working quite well this evening.
Tree monsters are terrified of high-pitched noises.
What was that? Key monsters?
Tree monster.
Tree monsters. Oh, is that Voyager episode?
Yeah.
Creepy.
Anyway, that's all the monsters. I have more monsters, but it's not worth.
I've got a lot more monsters.
in your
myself.
pants.
I'm not a monster.
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 All right.
I think I'll pass on this round.
Before we get into the primary discussion, a couple things. We have a voicemail from Steven.
Fine.
Voicemail from Steve.
And we have, I want to go over whatever Dan's bits.
We got Dan's bits.
How many Dan's bits do we got this? What sort of Dan's bits do we have? For new audience members, this is where, so Dan has a lot of regular things that he does.
His bits, we call it.
We call them bits. And
No secret.
Dan's bits. And what he often does is I'll ask him which bits he has, and then he sort of hums and haws about how miserable and terrible they are. And then
That's right.
and then it turns out it's all awesome in the end.
Be like, I don't have any lists, but I have these other collections of points.
Yeah. All right. So Dan, that being said, what bits do you have for us this week?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Oh, no.
That wasn't really responsive to my specific question, but I get
I
it.
do.
I get the
I
gist.
really do.
Okay, you have bits.
Yes, I did.
Now, the quote from Quark would suggest that you have like some really excellent bits, or was that? Am I reading too much into that?
Probably not.
I don't have like any duty or no duties or anything like that.
No duty or no duties.
There's a list called Ferengi treatment of women.
All right, that's a help. Going to be a helpful one.
There's one called Savvy Pell. And then I just collected this is not really a list, but this was sort of impromptu. I found all the sounds I happened to collect that dealt with like sort of like references to females, and I put them in a group. So it's not really a list. I didn't even intend to make that a grouping. It's just I was like, wait, there's all these sounds where they're talking about females, and I kind of like want to put them in their own section.
So what should we? Even though this is a list, should we? Is this like a new game called like Talking About Females?
Yeah, Talking About Females is the new game we should play every episode.
Yeah. Maybe
Spoken like a true female. Where are your lobes?
All right.
Oh, also, did you know that there are 7 references to rules of acquisition in this episode?
Only 7?
I didn't. Is there something, some particular significance we should take from the number 7, other than it being a prime number? And we know you are fond of prime numbers.
It's more the fact that it's
Absolutely not.
the name of the episode.
No, there's no. 7 is just. I'm just saying that's a lot.
Among the 7, do you count the title of the episode, or is that meta and outside of the episode? You're just talking about dialogue.
That's not an actual rule. A rule of acquisition is not a rule of acquisition.
No. But you said there were 7 references to the rules of acquisition.
Well, I mean, there's 7 references to actual
to specific rules.
And I have them all recorded. So.
I got that little book when I remember when I was in the 90s. There's like the little rules of acquisition book, and you read all.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Wow. It's probably on one of these shelves somewhere around here.
Don't you wish?
I think it's out of print.
So yeah,
Damn, dude.
So I have like all the rules of acquisition they've spoken. I think 7 is like a high number. They don't usually reference that many rules of acquisition.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, as Jesse notes, or I think I'm interpreting Jesse's previous statement to say that since this episode is called Rules of Acquisition, it is perhaps not surprising that there are more references to the rules of acquisition.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Yeah. Good. All right, so let's listen.
Still the perfect little toady, eh, Quark?
Let's listen to a voicemail from Steven.
Wait a second. Wait.
Oh, wait. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Start over. Start over. I'm sorry.
Start over, dude.
I didn't know we were going into voice messages right away.
Well, that's what we normally do. Okay.
Well, I mean, no, you just started it without warning because, like, you were like, okay, we're ready. You ready for the? You weren't like, are you guys ready?
I've been saying we're gonna do the voicemail for a long time.
But you turned on a dime there. Like you suddenly like went, okay, time to. Like, I know we've been playing it up, but like out of nowhere, you just shifted to the messages without warning. Right. It was upsetting.
So what I've done there, this is a classic error on my part. I've done this before, where
you don't get it.
In a foolish attempt to keep us on schedule.
No, don't frame it like that.
No. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming anyone.
You're framing it in a foolish attempt to keep us on track.
I'm saying I made an error of judgment where you're right, Dan.
Okay.
I thought, if I just sort of go into it, then we can like do the voicemail. But I should have realized that no, in fact, this is probably going to cause a significant time diversion. But that's all right. That's
sabotage.
Okay, so I'm no longer playing the voicemail from Steven. I'm going to wait, and then you're going to play some clip, it seems, and then you're going to give me some sort of visual signal when I can play the voicemail from Steven.
These are our messages.
Okay. Now I understand. I forgot that you have recently fallen in love with this clip from Tuvok from Voyager. But good point, Dan. Thank you. All right. Now,
Sabotage.
Without further ado, we'll play the voicemail from Steven.
Hi, Steve.
Gentlemen, Steve from Olamuts here. Your discussion about A Fistful of Datas, you noted the questionable accents of some of the characters, which just reminded me how Brent Spiner really rose to prominence because of Night Court, where he played the dim-witted Mr. Wheeler from West Virginia.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Apparently, they received a lot of complaints from West Virginians thinking that they were insulting their state. And so they, in a later episode, he he admits, well, we're from Yugoslavia. And presumably that's made it. So fewer people would complain. And I don't know how genuine that is, or if that's more of like Gene Roddenberry's, hey, he read about Russians complaining in Pravda. But yeah, it just shows that, I mean, Brent Spiner is integrally connected with accents. Great job. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Agamus.
Thanks, Steve.
I remember the theme song to Night Court, and of course, like I remember an episode where like
you used to play it at band
I remember an episode where they were drinking like hot tea, and there was an episode where they had an urn full of ashes. Some guy named Herb, and then Harry was like, "That's not Herb tea, that's Herb," or something like that.
John Astin played his father, and John Astin and Harry, the Judge Harry. They were the urn joke and that. Yes,
and there was another episode where Bull got. I was going to say Worf.
I know. I was thinking Worf. Weirdly, but I guess it's not that weird.
Where Bull got a carrot stuck in his ear, too.
That I don't remember.
But I don't remember Brent Spiner.
I remember Brent Spiner because it was a recurring role, not a million times. I forget, it was maybe 2, 3, 4 times that he and his, I think it was his wife character.
Not that I recall.
And they were like comical hillbilly types. I mean, you definitely could take offense on from one perspective. On the other perspective, it was,
I see.
Yeah, it was a 1980s comedy. Although Brent Spiner, he did the role again now on the updated Night Court.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't seen that yet.
Wow.
So I can't comment on that. But it's the classic 80s thing. Is like, the people from West Virginia are offended. Let's just defend some Eastern European people. What are they going to do?
Why? Is something wrong with it?
Well,
there's not even such a place as Yugoslavia anymore.
Yeah. You just don't mention it. You don't have to mention the place. Just
don't mention the place.
Let the character just have some fun.
You have my word.
Quark. Okay, well, thank you, Stephen. We can dive right into this discussion of this.
We better
crazy episode of Deep Space Nine.
We better get to it.
So Pell was played by Helene Udi. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But it was doing one of those weird things on IMDb where it says Helene Udi, Pell, and then in parentheses it says as Helene Udi. I still don't know what that fucking means. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's because the second it said as Helene Udi, but when it says as, it had little accents over the e's. So maybe in IMDb they spelled it without the accents, but it's presented in the episode with little accents.
It's definitely presented in the episode with the accents.
Okay, so that's what they mean. That's such a weird thing to. So why didn't they just put accents in the IMDb version?
Right, exactly.
Maybe she changed it.
Did she change it?
She could have changed it to make it.
But was
simpler.
Was she in anything else? And then it would have been.
Well,
her name would have spelled.
Maybe the early IMDb databases wouldn't accept accents.
Well,
she is. She's been in some other stuff.
I thought she did a wonderful job in this role.
You sound like Christopher Walken.
I did a wonderful job. This watch. Give me the watch. Held this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass.
I like it. Very distinguished.
This is a tricky role, right? It's an odd story. It's a comedic story. We'll talk about some of the pluses and minuses of what they're talking about here. But I really enjoyed her performance as both Pell, like in disguise, like going like,
yeah.
And then when she's just being herself, she's a totally, I mean, not totally different, obviously, but she stood differently. She stood up taller.
Right.
She spoke very differently, which I think was just a smart thing to do for the actor.
Yes.
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 The episode starts with another first. We talked about this being the first time the Dominion is mentioned. It's also the first time the Karama.
The Karama.
Who's the Karama?
They come up a little bit later.
Who's the Karama?
This is also the first time we see Tongo being played.
Yes,
Tongo.
I want to play Tongo. It looks so much more fun than Dabo.
It does. Now, Tongo, I can't remember, and I tried to look it up. I couldn't quite remember. Tongo may have been mentioned earlier, but this is definitely the first time we actually see people sitting around playing.
I love how the moves are confront, evade, acquire, and retreat. It sounds so fun.
Well, the world building is so great.
And the Negus all says acquire all funny. Did you catch that?
Did you have a recording, Dan, of the Negus?
Like, acquire.
Well, I meant evade.
That's all I have.
Yeah. He said acquire.
Well, I meant
like,
evade.
acquire.
So I like little touches like how it for some reason the latinum bucket spins for some reason.
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't entirely sure. I guess it's kind of like a lazy suit you're putting in your latinum. But you don't really have to do that.
So I'm guessing that confront means basically call.
Yeah.
Right.
Evade probably is like pass or something. Yeah. Retreat is fold. Acquire, I don't really know.
Get a new card?
Maybe it's get a new card or something.
Go fish or something?
Something like that.
Go fish.
Structurally.
And then the way they talk about it's either betting or ante, what they call it, how much will you risk?
Yes. Yes.
But I like, so they were all going super fast and they were giving Dax shit because she was all going slow, but she kicked their asses.
Absolutely.
She was like winning every hand.
That's like me when I was playing dominoes with a bunch of guys. They were all going super fast and I was like going slow. They kept getting on my case for going so slow and then they beat me anyway.
Yeah.
So going slow didn't help me at all.
And they didn't invite you to play again, I think.
Probably not.
Was that a domino?
Like that asshole doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, he's taking forever. He's not even getting any better.
He's a real downer.
Yeah,
on this game.
My apologies, Quark.
But
Sorry.
Mentioning this interaction with Dax, I found it so interesting structurally for how this episode is set up. Really, really good writing here because they present Dax as being a lone female, as far as we understand it, right, in this group.
Not a female.
However,
but she's a female.
She's accepted by all of them, and specifically Quark has no problem both respecting Dax's skills and like thinking she's awesome for like beating them at Tongo, even though she's a woman. And now they're playing around with this whole like, this, that, and the other thing, it's Curzon or whatever. But the point is that it was smart for the writers to put down the marker here that Quark he's not necessarily has a problem with women per se. It's his culture. It's specifically the Ferengi woman that has to be naked. The Ferengi woman can't be involved in business.
But when first of all, she goes,
I could probably think better without your hand on my thigh.
So he like openly like flirts with her physically,
Wow, yeah.
and then at
Quark does a lot of sexual assault.
And at one
if we're not beating around the bush.
And at one point she goes, "Is that how you like your women, like naked and submissive?" And basically,
he's like, "Yeah."
He goes, wait, hold on a second. I got to find the line now.
Okay, but all of us at home are remembering the line.
No, you don't.
Dan's going to get the specific line. You should. I believe you should.
Because it speaks to my point.
Exactly.
It says, "Is that how you really prefer your women, naked and submissive?" And Quark goes, "Do you find such a lifestyle appealing?" And she goes, "Don't you wish?" And he goes, "I do. Yeah. I really do." Yeah. So it's not just Ferengi women. He's openly saying like, "Yeah, I want to see you naked."
But and this is a.
I know it's a cultural thing. I'm just saying it's not just limited to Ferengi women.
I think this is a nuanced point and obviously a subjective point. What I'm arguing is what's not in the line reading you gave is the performance they gave, where it to me was meant to convey clearly playful fun. These are friends. And Quark is saying like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'd like a submissive girl." Ha!
I don't know.
But he's still sitting next to her. He's playing with her. He's not kicking her out.
Right.
He's not saying she's a stupid fucking woman or whatever.
He goes, "This is how he says."
I do. I really do.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sleazy to me.
That's like the standard dude. Like, oh, it would be fun.
It doesn't make it
from like a dirty mud planet.
I'm just saying. Look, I understand it's in his culture and stuff, but I think like he would really love it if she got naked and hung.
Of course.
They
also,
eat fleas.
She also said in that same episode that he like tried to build her room for her from scratch, and then he tried to kiss her.
Yeah.
So like he's definitely always trying to put the moves on her openly.
I'm not saying he's a cool guy, and I'm not denying the fact that although they wouldn't have framed it this way in the 90s, Quark, especially early on, does a lot of actual sexual assault. There's an episode, I forget if it's season 1 or 2. I think it's season 1. There's an episode where Captain Sisko has to dress down Quark because he puts it in the contract of his Double girls that they have to sleep with him. And Sisko has to explain that you can't do that, right? So like Quark is not a cool guy. I'm just suggesting that there's an intentional difference in how they present like Zek, who is more like shitty, versus Quark, and because I think it's an important point that Quark is not like we have to understand that like Quark's problem with Pell is because she's Ferengi. If she was some other woman, if she was a Klingon woman or whatever, there would be no plot here because the point of this thing is that he's got to wrestle with his own culture.
The one thing about Quark that I think stands out in this episode that separates him from other Ferengis is even though he's all like mad at her for wearing clothes and all this stuff, and she's very obviously disappointed in him that he thinks that way. In the end, he does stand up for her in front of Zek. He stands up for her and like risks everything.
Yes.
Poor Quark is like Al Bundy. He keeps like almost getting he almost gets that latinum, and then it all gets taken away.
Almost
from him.
sells those shoes.
Yeah, right. But wait, I'm saying but he sort of stepped in for her at the end.
Yes.
At the end, he kissed her, so you could tell he actually did care about her, but he was sort of felt like trapped in his own culture. Whereas you have Zek, who says to Kira,
"And I suppose a night of wild, passionate romance is out of the question."
Yes,
just thought I'd ask.
And I appreciate you bringing that up, Dan, because to me that's getting at the point that I'm perhaps being inarticulate here, which is the writers were smart to set Quark up as he's not a total asshole, but when it comes to his culture, he has an affinity to it, and it's because that's a common thing. This is very common for people, for all of us, to be like a fish doesn't know it's in water. You sometimes don't know what's going on inside, and you have to go through some process, some adventure to be taken out of that view, so then you can correct it by the end, in this case, by the end of the episode.
It's very touching.
Because otherwise, it's like, why do we think Quark is taking this seriously? Because we know Quark is different than other Ferengi, even at this early stage in the series. Yeah. That's the gimmick. The gimmick is that Quark, he wants to be the ultimate Ferengi, but he can never do it because he's too fucking nice. He's always helping people out. And in flashbacks, like in Things Past and all that stuff, Quark is helping people out in when the Cardassians were there. Quark has a heart of gold. He just occasionally sexually assaults people.
Yeah, just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just that little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But
did Al Bundy ever sexually assault somebody,
no?
I don't think so.
No, he went to the nudie bar a lot.
Well, yeah, that's it.
They always called it the nudie bar.
The nudie bar.
They even came up with a rhyme about it. It's like, where something is something and something is something at the nudie bar.
Yeah, right.
And they made a rhyme, and it was clever, I guess. But,
yeah, I mean, it's pretty clever.
It was quite a show.
Yeah, it was quite a show.
The nudie bar show.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to David Faustino.
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen him in a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a catastrophe, a complete catastrophe.
It's like the only one that hasn't done something else.
He probably became like a director or something.
Yeah, probably.
Like we're just speculating. We all have computers open in front of us. And not only do we have,
I'm just too lazy.
Not only do we have computers in front of us, we've already demonstrated. Dan and I have both actively searched for things during this conversation and looked up things, but we're not going to look that up. We're not going to look up fucking David Faustino. We would if we could, but we don't have enough time because we need to take a break.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I don't blame you.
I'm sorry. It's just very
inconceivable.
Wallace Shawn is so fucking fantastic. He's really. I mean, look, he's great in obviously Princess Bride. He's great as Grand Nagus Zek throughout the entire arc. I really love him in Clueless. It's a smaller part. He's a teacher, but he's such a sweet guy. Not as much.
Tulaberries, Quark.
Yeah, not as much of that.
Berries.
Tulaberries.
Okay, let's take a break, and then when we get back, or we're gonna get into one of Dan's lists. We'll flip a coin a few times during the break to determine which list we'll start with. So we will be right back.
This isn't the proper time.
Go away.
And we're back.
Come.
Little late, aren't we?
Back.
Yeah. Dan's testing me here. I'm not going to comment on that. Dan has tested me.
You kind of just did comment on it. You commented on it. By saying that, you have commented on it.
You are correct that I am conveying.
Now he's testing you.
Information. I'm conveying an opinion.
Don't try to
in the inverse.
No, don't
by
try
withholding.
You're bullshitting your way out of this. You said it. You commented on it through implicit means. You have commented on it by saying when you say I'm not going to comment on what you just did. It's like everybody knows what you're talking about.
Not everybody. Only the The people who've been listening the last few weeks.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right. Don't worry if you don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. This is not a Washington Post ad. This is just a regular old podcast thing.
I like at the beginning, Morn was all passed out on the bench, and Odo told him to go home, and so he went back to the bar.
Yeah,
he's a drunk.
We commented a little earlier on how great the world building is in this episode. Deep Space Nine, of course, really, really good at the world building. But these are some important examples. Another one was, did you notice the pack lads hanging out in Quark's bar? They were just like they were just like at the bar, like ordering stuff, but in the camera was focused on the foreground where it was like Rom talking to Odo, that little exchange that they had. But the pack lads were all just like being all pack liddy, and I was like, that's so fun.
They also mentioned a lot of different kinds of alien things. Like there was the Gramillion sand peas, which sounds gross. Right. He was talking about Hooperian beetle snuff, and his guard Mahoobidu, or what's his name?
Yeah, you got it right, Mahoobidu. It's Colonel Mahoobidu.
Mahoobidu.
Colonel Mahoobidu.
What's his name?
He's from the Graplarkians. Yeah, from the planet Graplar. Not to be confused with Grappler Zor.
My Hardu.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
My Hardu.
Yeah, my Hardu.
Calm down, Jesse. Calm down.
It's my Hardu.
I know we do some blue humor here, but I don't need to be. You guys, this is as the kids would say, TMI.
He has some nerve.
Too much information. I don't need to know about your Hardy.
One thing's for certain: he knows more than he's letting on.
My Hardu is. My hard do is? Are you talking about like sexually aroused feces? Is that what you're talking about?
No. I'm not saying anything. I'm just a child.
Quark, this is outrageous.
It is.
My Hardu is played by.
Sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. This is not cool of me.
Stupidity is no excuse.
Stupidity is no excuse.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
This insignificance.
That's a fucked up thing to call someone. This insignificance over here. You are an insignificance. So my Hardu, played by Tiny Ron.
Tiny Ron Taylor.
Is
because he's not tiny.
Yeah, I know.
He's super big.
God, you're stupid. He's Zek's bodyguard, and Zek has Hooperian beetle snuff. Well, my Hardu is Hooperian. Isn't that interesting?
I didn't know that.
What do you think beetle snuff is about? Do you think it's like tobacco-y, or do you think it's like cocaine-y?
I think it's like snuff, which I haven't tried, but is a tobacco-y product, but it's a different texture than we're used to.
But he sniffed it.
That's what you do. Yeah, you sniff snuff. Jesse is likely to know more about snuff than I am.
I don't think you sniff snuff.
You do sniff snuff.
No, you
That's
don't.
why it's called snuff, and you have a snuff box that you put snuff in, and then you put snuff in. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Why would you sniff tobacco?
Because fucking people, why would you smoke tobacco? People are crazy. You get high on the nicotine.
No, smoking makes sense, but like sniffing
does it really though?
It does, because when you put shit up your nose, it gets little bitsy goops.
Yeah, but the point is
it was fashionable.
Also, it just like cocaine in the nasal passageways, or you get it hits you harder. I think.
Yeah, but it makes sense to like put white powder up your nose because that's what I'm used to.
Dan's lesson from this episode is like, I'm going to stick to whatever my culture told me growing up. That's the only knowledge I will have.
Anyway, so I guess it's not illicit drugs, but they also had Kibarian fire diamonds.
Did anyone ever tell you your eyes shine with the brilliance of Kibarian fire diamonds?
They were talking about.
By the way, if he had said that to me, I think I would have melted a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty romantical. Yeah. They talk about brizine nitrate. And of course, tulaberries, which you knew something was up with those tulaberries. Like that sounds like something some idiot like thinks they're gonna scam on. It's like tulaberries is the secret to riches.
Self-sealing stem blends.
Some kind of
self-sealing stem blends.
Some kind of idiot's gonna make
tulaberry wine.
Some idiot's gonna make it rich on the internet because they found tulaberries. It's like the secret anyway. But then they also have tube grubs, and flaked blood fleas.
Oh no!
Was that the little crab?
Now bring me some fresh tube grubs. These are losing their crunch.
It was a little weird watching them eat them crabs.
Dude, that was disgusting.
That
was disgusting. They were like some kind of black
weird crab,
bug-looking crab.
Well, like Jesse said, they come from a mud planet. And what'd you say, Dan? Didn't you say what'd you call them? Didn't you insult them somehow? You say they're gross beetle-eating people or something?
Beetle eaters.
You should have given an ASMR warning about
Some
that.
mud wallowing beetle eaters.
That's what Jesse said. I didn't say anything about him. Although they're shit.
Mud wallowing beetle eaters. Okay, everyone has to know that Jesse's like the nicest person on the fucking planet. But for some reason, sometimes he says something and it sounds like the most evil, fucked up shit ever.
Quark, where are my grubs?
Yeah,
Can I interest you in some Hoop-Hygrian beetle snuff?
But did you notice that Zek's ship was kind of shaped like a beetle?
Yeah, the Ferengi, again, the world building's great, and then how it all flows together.
One of the things about Pell that you can tell she's different is because there's a scene with her eating, and it's not a plate full of bugs. It's like rice and beans and some kind of. It looks like a sushi roll, but it's not a sushi roll. It had some kind of weird brown sort of sauce on it. It looked pretty gross.
I like to try new things.
Yeah, and it looked like some old celery. It looked gross.
Yeah,
it looked gross, but it wasn't like Ferengi bugs, And so you can tell she's worldly because
maybe it was Cardassian food.
Yeah, but she was eating some different shit.
It kind of looked like she just got a random selection of different types of food.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that led to her.
There was like an egg roll.
It's okay. Look, one of the things that the producers talked about, a lot of people on the show, they did enjoy this show, but they had some reservations. They said it didn't quite turn out the way they wanted, and that it leaned a little too far into the quote unquote bedroom farce. I kind of enjoy that part. There's some like weird bits and pieces because of the topics going on here, but it's almost like Shakespearean in a way where there's a misunderstanding leads to her secret being unearthed. And it's in that scene you're talking about where Dax is talking to her and Pell misunderstands and thinks Dax is like, oh, she knows I'm a gal, when Dax was just like, oh, this dude's into Quark. And I thought that was kind of cool that Dax, because Star Trek is not good in this era about mentioning homosexuality. And one potential issue with this episode is that kind of like some of the jokes rely on a baseline distaste for homosexuality in order to be funny, which is not cool and a little awkward. But then at the other hand, they do things like Quark doesn't seem to have a problem with Pell being a dude. His problem is when Pell turns out to be a girl. That's where he freaks out. So when she's talking to Dax, and it's like a Shakespearean twist here, where because of a misunderstanding, her secret gets out to Dax, and then Dax is like, oh no. Anyway,
you could say, like, when I first saw her, I'm back at the food thing again. When she's eating that food, and I looked at it, my first thought was like, that doesn't look like Ferengi bug food. You'd think that would be like an insensitive assumption I was making, right? But it turns out I was right.
Yeah, no, 100%. The writers, again, I think this is a really well structured show. As silly as some parts of it, the way the information is presented. Yeah. Look, fundamentally, when it comes to storytelling, it's all about the pace. You provide information to the audience, right? And how do you do that? What mechanisms do you use to convey the story to the audience in the order you want to tell it, that is the way that is going to make sense? And sometimes they do better jobs than others. In this episode, as goofy as it is, the underpinning of it is really, really tightly structured. And that's a good example of that, where they're indicating to you in that scene right there, before she even reveals it, something is different about this person. And they've already done that a little bit before, where Quark keeps noting that some of the things that Pell is suggesting are like not Ferengi-ish, but then Pell twists it into a Ferengi thing, being like, no, we're going to make money off of this. Because that's the other thing that's awesome about Pell. Pell is all about making fucking money.
Yeah.
For real. It's not like Pell is like, oh, whatever. Pell is a proper Ferengi and wants to be able to be as awesome as male Ferengi.
Well, Pell was saying at the beginning that, like, well, I guess that's part of my list I could go into.
I'm sure. This is as good a time as any.
You might as well.
Let's do Savvy Pell.
Dan's classic list. What is Savvy Pell?
Yeah.
Your negotiating skills aren't bad for a human.
Oh, man. Sean fucking Was that okay? quick question for you, Dan, there, because I think I know what you're. And forgive me if I'm ruining the magic here a little bit, but I think I know what Dan just did there. You know when you're eating sushi, particularly at a nice sushi restaurant, not grocery store sushi, and you have the piece of sushi, and then you're supposed to have a little bit of ginger, and then because it resets your palate, and then you can have the next different piece of sushi. I think that you playing the little doodle-doo was that was meant to be a palate cleanser, a palate resetter, an aural, not an aural, an aural, A-U-R-A-L, an ear reset.
It's like the lemon sorbet in between the different kinds of pickles.
Yes,
we did that.
I mean, look, that analogy is valid and it's true because
it's settled.
We tried it out on this podcast on one of our It's Not Star Treks.
Why not?
No, it's not.
We did It's Got Pickles. I highly recommend you all do a search on our website or on our feed. It's many years ago now, but go listen to It's Got Pickles because Dan, you are right that as you brought that information to us on that podcast and we tested it and it appeared to work that if you're sampling pickles in between tasting pickles, you eat some sorbet and it resets the palate. You're absolutely.
I'm glad you agree.
Absolutely correct. That's a good analogy. I would argue
the sorbet got gross.
That the analogy I gave with the ginger and the sushi is, while maybe not universally understood, probably more broadly appreciated and more broadly relatable than the one you provided.
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
Sounds like.
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
What was that? Was that Beavis?
Are you threatening me?
Well, that was Beavis.
Are you threatening me?
Okay, that was yeah.
Are you threatening me?
Okay, but what was that loud, horrible?
Are you threatening me?
Yes. Okay. That one was that hurt my ears.
Cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you threatening me?
Okay, Dan's crazy ass lists.
List.
This is Savvy Pell.
You wanted more.
So she says to Quark that Quark should replace his complimentary dishes of low-carb beans with Gremillion sand peas because they inhibit secretion of the salivary glands while drying out the tissues of the tongue. Mm-hmm. You know, smart. Basically, you're turning what is a profit loss to lure in customers as something that into a pure profit gain because it causes them, you know, the low carb beans are nice and just sort of a nice little treat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the sand peas taste very good, but at least it gets people drinking more.
I bet they taste good.
I bet they taste good. I was thinking they must be like corn nuts or something because I
don't know anything about sand pea doesn't sound very good.
It's like a salty kind of pea.
I hope so.
I mean, corn nut doesn't sound too good, but they're tasty.
Corn nut sounds better than sand pea to me.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Really? Because when I think of corn, I think of things you can eat. When I think of sand, I think of grit and things that hurt my teeth.
When I think of corn nuts, I think of things I don't want to eat.
Yeah, when I think of corn
so
nuts...
So you guys would rather eat sand than corn. Okay, got it.
No,
you guys make a lot of sense.
That's what I'm saying, Dan.
Well,
I'd rather eat sand.
I'm just saying that like sand sounds less appetizing than corn.
When I think of corn nuts, I think of like a testicle sack that's just filled with
you are
like unpopped popcorn.
You are being...
That's gross.
And you roll it around and you feel the testicle sack with the unpopped popcorn. It's similar to like you ever have a hamster and the hamster fills its cheeks with seeds and then you kind of like you massage its cheeks and it's filled with seeds and it feels all textury and fun.
Did anyone ever tell you have very strange taste?
It's the same thing with the testicles filled with unpopped popcorn. I bet it's fun. I want to sell this. I want to sell this as one of those sharper image stress relief products.
You are being needlessly contrary.
Shame on you.
I think that's the one, by the way.
Would the
that's the one I was thinking of. I was like, Dan, I know Dan's going to catch that because I was like, that's one he's going to put in his favorites and going to use a lot.
Would they be hairy?
Shame on you.
Hairy testicles?
I don't know. I'll probably present different options.
No, definitely not.
All right. Okay, lists.
All right. So, she came up with the idea of doing that sand pea thing, and Quark's mind was blown. Number 2, Quark is all excited about becoming the chief negotiator for Zek. This is actually the one that I was referencing that reminded me to go to my list, because this is actually needs updating as you watch the episode. Quark's all excited about becoming the chief negotiator for Zek, but Pell points out that if the negotiations are profitable, then the Nagus becomes the hero, right? But if they fail, Quark, he's going to need someone to take the blame, and that will be Quark. And that's when she...
Sort of classic business
And then that's
practice.
when she quotes...
The bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
48th rule of acquisition.
Right. But here's what we need to revisit on that, because it turns out that Zek wasn't going after tulaberries at all. It was all a ruse. Like, it was a red herring, because
she's still right. She's
right in general, but like that's not what was happening here, though.
Yeah, but
she's smart, but that's not what was happening.
Yeah. Look, the information they had at the time, it was reasonable to come up with that conclusion, and it primed them for understanding that something was up. And then when they realized, oh, it's not the tulaberry, like there's something else going on, it made them well positioned. Again, good writing. The characters have already been positioned to think, okay, we don't fully trust Zek now, maybe for a different reason than ultimately was Zek. And then so they're ready, as I said, primed. So when they get more information,
and I'm not saying that she's 100% wrong, but I'm also saying she wasn't completely right by saying he was going to put the blame on Quark. In fact, he was up to something, but it was for a different purpose. Now, maybe it did make them suspicious, but it wasn't perfectly right. Now, the question, what kind of weirdness are you going to ask me now? How are you going to frustrate me?
Here's the weirdness from Patrick.
I just had a question. It's a simple question, which is, good point. How much of her error do you attribute to the fact that she's a woman? Like, what percentage? Just in your opinion, Dan.
Oh, man.
What would you say?
I didn't know she was a female.
I didn't know she was a female.
I mean, look at you.
Okay.
You're wearing clothes.
So the thing is that I was gonna say something about it, but now I don't remember what.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. So why? Okay, so they're not very clear on what Zek's plan was for getting to the Dominion via Quark, because if Zek wanted to learn about he sent Quark on the negotiations.
Quark.
So if he wanted to learn about the Dominion, you would think he would at least go himself. Now it turned out to work out for him, because Quark was like, no, we really want to do this for you, so let's borrow your ship. So he would have had, it was one of those situations where he had to rely on Quark making the exact right responses to all of his things. And
those people were really weird, though. Like, I'd send somebody in there first to check those guys out.
Exactly. So here's just because I think you have your question about what exactly his plan was is a good question. It was on the second watch through that I understood it clearly, which was it's exactly what happened, which was he put Quark in a position where Quark was like going to be motivated to do whatever he could to ask for the 100,000 barrels. He knew Zek knew ahead of time from his previous information. He knew they couldn't produce 100,000 barrels. He knew that just wasn't possible. And he predicted correctly, as it turned out, that by putting that offer out there in the Gamma Quadrant, that the bigger power, the Dominion, would notice and be like, oh, okay, maybe this is somebody we want to deal with. Now, understanding that Zek doesn't understand that the Dominion is some like horrible group of jelly people.
And like that's
he's figuring I'm going to get the big fish that I heard the rumor about. I'm going to get them to come out of hiding because I'm going to give them an offer they can't refuse, which is a massive payday.
Look, and that's when
it's a Ferengi style of thinking.
And then when I watched it, that's what I thought too. It's like, okay, it all happened according to Zek's plan.
Yes.
But it's one of those plans where anything could have, like, Quark and Pell had to make the exact right responses that Zek expected them to make, and I don't know that he can expect them that they would have reacted just perfectly in that way. In the way where Zek's like, I don't know if you should do that, and they're like, come on, let me do it. He's like, I don't know. You want to take my ship? And he'll be like, okay, I guess you'll take my ship, but I really don't want you to.
The audience is missing out on Dan acting this out. I will point out, Dan, that unlike many other Star Trek plots, Zek's plan here, it's not a problem if it fails, because he can just like do it again with some other chumps, right? Quark is disposable to him.
Well, yes, I mean,
if Quark fucks it up,
well, that's the one thing is that like he knows that like there's some room for error, I guess, and I guess if it doesn't work this time, he can try it again another time.
For all we know, he's tried it before with some other jump.
That's the only way I can sort of reconcile it in my brain is that he's probably tried it before and he can try it again.
And to me, it works because, again, unusually to what we're used to, we're used to like if you don't do X, Y, and Z, the sun's going to blow up and all the people will die or whatever. That's a common Star Trek plot. Like if this doesn't happen, then this other terrible thing is guaranteed to happen. It has to happen exactly a certain way, otherwise it's not going to be resolved. This is not the case.
What?
Yeah. Zek has presumably other options, but again, also part of it is this is Zek's perspective as a Ferengi. Zek's perspective. He's motivating Quark using Ferengi culture stuff, and he's also predicting all the business stuff with the Gamma Quadrant people from a Ferengi perspective. There's a reason, presumably, why he's Grand Nagus.
Yeah, because it's funny because he seems like a really bad negotiator at first, but then it turns out he's a really smart negotiator.
He's a trickster. Yeah,
he's a trickster.
Getting back to that Rule 48.
Just Rule 33,
48,
33, 32.
No, you're thinking of Rule 34.
34.
Yeah, there's plenty of Rule 34 Quark stuff.
The 33rd rule of acquisition, it never hurts to suck up to the boss.
What I like about that is that Pell is obviously sucking up to Quark, and instead of Quark being like, "Oh, you're just trying to suck up," he's like, "Good job."
Yeah, it's part of the fun. It's part of the fun of all the Ferengi stuff is you get to play around with discussions around capitalism and things like that. Things that, particularly for people in the U.S. or in the Western world, so many people don't like. Again, like I said, fish doesn't know it's swimming in water, right? And many people who live in these types of societies don't necessarily get to see outside of them. And Deep Space Nine, on multiple occasions, and here's one of them, plays around with this, often through the Ferengi, right? Deep Space Nine, in particular, does a good job of kind of, look, they've set up the Ferengi to have not only a capitalist economic system, it's almost a theology to them, like with the rules of acquisition and stuff.
Well, they talk about it. They talk about Rom talks about the sacred rules of acquisition,
and when they go to heaven, it's filled with latinum and all this other stuff.
Now he gave her 10 bars of latinum.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of latinum.
That's a lot of latinum.
Now I'm wondering, is all latinum gold pressed, or is that super latinum?
Latinum is not necessarily gold pressed.
So it wasn't gold pressed latinum bars. It was just latinum bars.
No. He was giving her, like, if
he didn't say it was gold pressed.
Yeah, but if it's bars, it's gold pressed, because the premise with latinum is
I know latinum is like a liquid metal,
and so it's
it needs to be the reason latinum is worth money is because you can't replicate it or something.
Hence, when he says I gave you 10 bars of latinum, he didn't give her 10 bars of liquid. It's gold pressed latinum.
Oh my God!
Dan's gonna suggest some reason it's not the obvious thing.
No, I'm just trying to fucking. The usual issue is happening right now. I'm trying to get a thought out. I'm just trying to get a thought out. That's all I'm getting.
It didn't happen so much last week when we haven't got.
Oh man, it's like fucking crazy. I can't get 5 words in. I was saying that latinum, the deal with latinum is it's a liquid metal. It can't be replicated, which is why it's worth money. And I asked, is all latinum in currency form, is it all gold pressed latinum? You said, Patrick, no, it's not. So then I started to wonder, maybe there's different kinds of pressed latinum. And then he never specified specifically that these bars were gold pressed. So I was wondering, maybe they're pressed with something else.
Understood. I get it. But we have no reason to believe that. And when I was saying no in response, I was being fairly semantic, because we've seen it in other forms. We know it can be traded around in other forms. However, the most common, by far, 99% of the time, seems to be you use the slips and strips and bars of the latinum.
Slips are small, strips are bigger, or strips are small?
I think slips is the smallest, then strips, and then buffalo nips.
Yeah.
Beeps and the sweeps and the creeps.
The bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
Number 3, after she says she's a better player than Curzon.
Yeah.
Wait, oops, I'm reading the wrong list. Sorry.
All right.
That was a different list.
That
was Ferengi treatment of women.
Spoilers for the future.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. Her savvy tips earn her a job as Quark's assistant, getting 20% profits, which is really just a bonus, as she's just happy to be working next to Quark. So,
savvy tips.
She went from
I was like, did he say savvy tits? But then my brain was like, no, obviously he said savvy tips.
Spoken like a true female.
Number 4, when negotiations start, Quark is kind of stammering, and Pell keeps her cool and nudges him to come back to reality with the docile. Yeah. He's all freaked out, and she's just like telling him to get his shit together, basically. Number 5, this sort of goes after number 4. Quark is all nervous and shitty, but Pell stays firm and assertive. Like when the docile get in their face, like Quark looks like he's gonna shit himself, and she's like, "No, if you want to do stuff, you gotta talk to Quark." Yeah. Meanwhile, Quark's like falling apart, you know. So not only is she assertive, she's building Quark up, you know.
Clearly better than him.
Her assertiveness is like she's trying to place her assertiveness onto Quark and make him look better.
And this is another early example of how Quark is demonstrated. Quark is a good business person, right? He is good at business. But he's not good at being the ruthless Ferengi. And this is an example of him not living up to his perception of what he ought to be. And part of it being is just because he's not the kind of guy who's like, oh yeah, I want to go fucking clear across the galaxy and like get yelled at by a bunch of like weird red monster people. On behalf of somebody else, he's like, yeah, I'll be super rich. But like fundamentally, Quark, as much as he complains about his bar, he kind of likes it. He's got a good thing going.
Is that a crime?
Now, those docai are interesting because they are like they're Ferengi from a different angle. They're like intimidating, sort of like forceful Ferengi philosophy, because they're both these sort of wheeling and dealing peoples, and they both like profit, whereas Ferengis are all sneaky and underhanded. The docai have their own tricks, but their tricks are based in brute force.
Aren't they always like fighting each other?
Yeah, so like
more straightforward.
So when they open the door and that one dude gets tossed out, you couldn't tell who it was, but it looked like his face was kind of red, so it looked like it was another docai. Now, part of me wonders, there's no way to know, and it might have just been nothing at all, but I was wondering, nothing at all.
I know, I was thinking that too. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Part of me thinks part of me headcanons that was actually planned, that he was like, okay, we're going to throw you out the door.
Which part of you?
The penis part of me.
I just wanted to clarify.
The penis part of me.
Not the testicles full of unpopped corn.
The penis part of me.
If you have testicle filled with unpopped corn and then you like get too close to a microwave, that bad news, man.
So I was thinking that docai was a plant, right? And they were like, okay, we're gonna throw you out the door, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna freak them the fuck out, and it's gonna make their negotiations shittier.
I could see that being
and then that's like a sneaky maneuver, but it's based in violence and force. And then when he was basically negotiating by saying like 5,000, we only give you 5,000 vats, and then he gets up in his face like he's gonna kick his ass or something. Yeah. It's all like these negotiation tactics. Though they did do a sneaky one where he was like, you made me look foolish in front of my partner, and then like intimidating them more, a lot of conversational tricks, and so they're pretty sneaky people themselves, actually. So
I was instantly reminded of the Fresh Prince when Jazz would get thrown out of the house. And like that dude came flying out of the airlock, and I was like, is Uncle Phil in there?
It was always so fucking hilarious.
When Zek unreasonably asks that Quark negotiate for 100,000 vats of tulaberries instead of 10,000, Pell follows the 33rd rule of acquisition by telling Zek that his plan to raise the stakes to 100,000 is brilliant, instead of admitting it's ridiculous, which she knows it is. And she uses that tactic to pull a double whammy by also promoting Quark by telling Zek, no wonder Quark says you're a genius, which sucks up to Zek on Quark's behalf.
It's a transitive property sucking up.
Yeah, transitive suck up.
Transitive brown nosing.
Yeah.
Which number of the list was that?
6. I'm going faster. Number 7, Ferengi women aren't allowed to leave their house or wear clothes or learn to read. Yeah. Wait a second. Oh, that should have gone.
Is that from your other list too?
No, it's in this list, but I put it in here for some reason.
Oh no! I thought this list only had 7 items.
No, I didn't say that. Oh. I never said that.
It's
Sorry,
got 19.
I put this in the wrong list, so that's not how Pell is savvy. Okay, number 7. Pell. Now we have fewer. Pell likes to try new types of food. Just an example of her interest in exploration and fearlessness. It probably contributes to her ability to wander into traditionally male Ferengi role, and not only succeed but excel at it. After number 8,
Okay, so the audience at home needs to know Dan doesn't let Jesse and I look at his notes. Not that we're trying to look at his notes, but he's like, I'm gonna keep my. I am curious how his notes are organized sometimes, because he says he has a list, and then sometimes there's like this long, confused pause between list items. I'm like, how did he write this down?
It was still remnants of having that other part still in there.
Understood.
I still don't quite understand.
Coming up on a break, Dan.
But I sort of
I know, I'm trying to go, but you guys keep you had to give a little interjection about how stupid I am with my organization.
No, you're not stupid. I'm just curious.
Oh, God.
I'm like Pell. I'm curious.
Okay. After Quark and Pell fail at the negotiation, which was impossible, Zek reams Quark out and basically telling Quark that he sucks. And Pell steps in again and says that they're going to go above and beyond and actually go to the Gamma Quadrant to find the docai and get them to sign the contract, which we've decided that Zek had planned all along, but she didn't know that. And she tells Zek that they're going to take his ship to do it. Mm-hmm. And when he's like, kind of like, I don't think so. She starts talking rough at him. She goes like, it's up to you, Negus. Do you want those tulaberries or not? None of the other Ferengi would dare talk to like Negus like that.
That's awesome.
She's got lobes.
She's got lobes.
Big fucking lobes. She's got a whole fucking case of lobes.
Yeah.
Like
where are your lobes?
Under a bed.
She's got Lisa lobes.
Okay.
Hey Dan, how many list items are left?
I'm almost done, but you guys keep
but
saying...
how many are left? Because we can take a break and just continue when we get back.
There's 3.
All right, let's continue when we get back. It's going to be something for people to look forward to. So we're going to take a break, and when we return, Dan's list, then where the hell have I heard that before? And then the conclusion of our discussion of the rules of acquisition. We will be right back.
I'll be in the other room if you need me.
And we're back.
Are you enjoying yourselves, little Ferengi?
I didn't remember to look up the name of this actor, but I thought she was also really
Zyri?
Good. Yeah, because I you probably recognize Brian Thompson, the main alien.
You mean Inglatu?
Is that his name?
Yeah. He's on a lot of Star Trek stuff.
He's done a lot of Star Trek stuff. Although I think probably most people know him from the X-Files as the alien bounty hunter because he has that such a specific face. Except on X-Files, mostly his eyes were like sewn shut.
He looks like he
shit.
could be like a pro wrestler.
I've seen him in various places.
He was in
Terminator.
Terminator was it the first Terminator or the second? I can't remember.
But the name of Zyri is Amelia Crow, but she has no picture tied to her IMDb.
Oh, one of those.
He was in Cobra.
Yeah. Oh, he's in tons of stuff, and he's really good. He's a really good actor.
Good.
He was a Klingon.
He's really good.
Yeah. Which episode was he a Klingon in?
I have no idea.
He was Lieutenant Clag. He was the guy that said
Clag.
Gok is always served best when served alive.
Well, what did you expect?
Was that when Riker was
I think yeah, he was talking to Riker.
Yeah, that's a good episode. I think that's season 2 TNG.
Why do you look so surprised?
All right. Okay. Anyway. Back to Dan's list. Dan's got 3 more list items.
Back to the list.
Okay.
And then we'll get on to some other stuff.
Before he gets pissed.
In Zek.
What are you doing, Jesse?
I don't know why.
Jesse looked immediately. He immediately regretted.
Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
Is something wrong with it?
No.
Is something wrong with it?
No.
Is something wrong with it?
No.
That let me go one is pretty rad though. That's like particularly rad.
Let me go.
Let me go.
Let me go. Let me go.
I also like the
let me go.
The message of it is
let me
good
go.
too.
Not offhand. Not until we finish our discussion. Not until we finish our discussion. Forget about me. What about the bar?
Whoa, fast talking Quark.
Yeah, I know.
Forget about me. What about the bar? 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 Forget about me. What about the bar?
Okay, that's fantastic.
I know, craziness. Number 9, in Zek's ship, Quark wonders if he's trying to sabotage the negotiation.
Right.
Sabotage.
Pell says that Zek knows more than he's letting on about everything. Tulaberries, docile, gamma quadrant. What about tulaberries, Jesse?
He's just doing the
Did you have
vibing things
something
up?
to say about tulaberries?
Tulaberries.
Okay. Tulaberries, docile, gamma quadrant. She seems to like always know what's going on with things, and even Quark even says, so far the only thing I've done right is pick you as my consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So she's so good that Quark is like I'm an idiot, and you're like the best decision I've made.
And honestly, it's funny because he's bigging up himself, whatever the phrase is, because she kind of picked him.
Embiggening.
Yeah, that's
she
true.
Kind of he almost didn't really have a choice because she gave him it was so clear that she was smart at this that he was like, of course I'm gonna listen to you. So,
and I think that was the point where there was like some kind of spark happened at that point. I think it was he says, so far the only thing I've done right is pick you as my consultant, and there's some kind of spark happened just then because you can see he's made to feel uncomfortable afterwards.
They kind of looked at each other.
Because you can tell because he looks away and he goes, now if we could only make some profits, which is like one of those filler statements when you're uncomfortable. So he felt something in the air after he said that. Number 10. Even when Pell is all sad, she's still savvy. Pell's like, this is after she kissed him, she wants to talk about it. She goes, don't you want to know why I kissed you? And Quark's like, you never kissed me.
That was also really funny. Just the complete denial. And just like, I know, you know, and I know, and we're going to agree right now to just pretend this didn't happen.
You never kissed me.
And then he goes,
No, you didn't. I don't want to discuss it anymore.
Okay. She goes, yes, I did. He goes, no, you didn't. I don't want to discuss it anymore. Let's just concentrate on the Dominion.
Yeah.
I only wish Zaire would have told us more. And then after he says that, she's all sad, but she still has something smart to say. She goes, maybe it's some planetary alliance or some trading consortium.
Yeah.
She goes.
Maybe it's some planetary alliance or trading consortium.
So she's like making like sort of smart contributions to the conversation, but you can tell she's super bummed. So even when she's all sad and depressed, she still like knows what's up.
Which is from a muddy planet.
Well, this is an important characterization of Pell because, particularly in this era, it would have been easy to fall back on the stereotype of the woman freaking out or not being able to, or letting emotions get in the way. No, you're right, Dan. Pell is upset. She's not happy. She liked things to be going a different way, but she's keeping the eye on the prize with regard to the negotiations and getting profit.
And finally, even though she couldn't get Quark like she really wanted, she cut her losses in the end, and she accepts Quark's offer of 10 bars of Latinum.
I love it. It was like, it reminded me of a tale.
An American Tale?
No.
Tale-po?
Although American Tale is good.
Tale-po?
The American Tale, it's a great movie. It's just funny because it just starts out with horrifying pogroms against the Jewish mice. Serious movie. But no, it reminded me of a story. A fellow, I think we all know, was walking around in D.C. and just went to McDonald's. He's walking around with French fries. This guy is like, give me all your money. And the guy's like, I don't have any money. And then the guy's like, well, then I'll take your fries. And then he just like took his fries. That's what Pell reminded me of that because she was all like, I'm just going to take the money. I'm going to take the Latinum.
We might have to discuss that after the podcast. I don't remember that story.
That's a fun story.
Why?
I didn't tell it very well, but it's a fun story.
Why was Pell so weirded out by sleeping in the same bed? Was it because she was afraid she was going to have to take off her clothes and reveal that she was a woman, or was she just going to get too excited?
Or just the ears could fall off.
Yeah,
or
guess.
I can understand that if you're in disguise,
her boobs could bust out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't understand.
When you're sleeping, you're talking to your sleep.
I didn't understand how their bedroom worked. I couldn't tell if it was like a public room with a private sheet covered bed, or if they had a private room and their bed just had one of those covers around it. Because it almost looked like they were in some kind of communal room, but the bed was made private by the sheet.
The doors didn't seem too doory.
They might just start spooning and things get weird.
I think they just did it like that because it was easier for to work the set like that. Because it just seemed like it was some kind of public room where traders all sleep and they get their own privacy blanket or something. I don't know.
All right, let's do Where the Hell Have I Heard That Before? And then we can finish up this discussion because there's a few other...
Okay, let's do it!
What the fuck is that sound?
Important points to make. Okay. No, I didn't mean to do it.
Okay, let's do it!
Dan, you tricked me. You tricked me into saying it like that.
Crazy idea.
That was unintentional. All right. So, where the hell have I heard that before? This is our weekly game where we play a clip from somewhere in the Star Trek universe, and you, the listener, can write in to
if you dare
to write into us and guess, send us a guess as to where the hell you have heard that before, which character said it, which movie or TV episode or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and play last week's clip, and let me see here. Okay.
And remember,
the riskier the road, the greater the profit.
60-second rule.
Wait, is this it?
60 second.
Surprise.
That's not the right one.
That was the 2
God damn it. Okay, hold on a second here. I gotta get
The 59th rule of acquisition. Free advice is seldom cheap.
Oh, I know why. I know why I don't have it. Dan, do you have it from last week?
Dan.
Oh, that's right.
Do you have it?
I was momentarily confused. I apologize, audience, because normally we got our stuff. We got our shit together usually, but last week because we had a different audio setup, Dan had to play the clips instead of me. So Dan is loading that up right now.
I have it. I've had it loaded up.
Last week's clip is coming right your way, Dan.
Scotty, beam me up.
All right. That was the clip. I didn't fool quite as many people. It was a tricky clip, but apparently not tricky enough. Maybe it's not bad that I accidentally played the 2 weeks ago clip because that was Jillian in Star Trek 4 jumping onto Kirk. Okay, we did that. Last week's clip was Kirk talking about being beamed up. Jesse and Dan, do you want to venture any guesses as to where that's from? Dan looks like he knows. Dan looks like he might have looked it up. Jesse's rubbing his nose.
Why does it look like I might have looked it up?
Not that you might have. Not that you. Sorry.
That's usually.
I wasn't intending to suggest that you looked it up in a cheating sense. I just thought maybe you figured it out. Or maybe you read the emails that people wrote in because Dan also has access to the email.
Well, since my integrity has been challenged, I have to exclude myself from this week's guess.
All right. And Jesse, when he was considering a guess, he just kept rubbing his nose and not talking, which is, it's a podcast. So
I think you've made your point, Major.
But I'm guessing Jesse doesn't have a guess.
I don't really know. I think it's one of the movies.
I have no idea.
I really don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Jesse thinks it's one of the movies, and
Not that I recall.
Megan from Facebook said,
Megan.
This feels like movie era Kirk, but I can't quite place it. I'm least familiar with Star Trek 5, so I'll guess it's from there. Keep being awesome. So, thanks, Megan. It is not.
Thanks, Agamus.
It's not from Star Trek 5, but you're on the right track.
You see, that would have been my first guess, but I was afraid to guess that because I really didn't know, and I'm glad I didn't guess that.
Oh, you don't need to be afraid. Be brave.
But see, Megan was brave.
It's the best
Megan
part.
was brave, and I was not.
Okay.
He just kept. No, never mind.
All right. Yeah.
We're doing a podcast here. Dude.
I know. I was playing a sound, and you just kept talking.
Playing.
I was very obviously playing a sound, and you just kept rolling through the sound.
I'm sorry.
It's just impressive to me. Like
Jesse's an impressive
It's
person.
like it's almost like you don't hear it or something. So it was almost like
Jesse doesn't hear so well.
It's like it's not registering or something.
Yeah, Jesse's not good at
You're so
registering.
focused on what you're saying.
Things don't always register.
I'm not trying to give you shit. I'm just like it's just
like
impressive.
it's like what Jesse was never doing the BBSs back in the day. Dan, when you and I were doing BBSs, Jesse wasn't doing BBSs because he wasn't good at registering.
Yeah.
Is that some kind of computer joke?
Kind of. Not really. That's kind of a stretch. I mean, you gotta register your account. I don't know why I picked BBSs. You still register on.
I don't get it.
I thought you meant like registers in your computer hard drive or whatever thing.
No, that's a good. That would probably be better. Anyway,
I don't get it.
So, our next.
Never mind about me.
Our next guess is from Emmanuel. Emmanuel sends in this email. He says, "Ahoy, Christopher, Joseph, and John."
Hi.
Get it? Those are our middle names.
That is crazy. Actually, John is my first name.
Well, yes, that's right. Because Dan is your middle
But
name.
that was still a good one.
It's our lesser used
Nomers.
nomers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nomers. That's
Lesser
right.
nomers.
Our lesser nomers.
Is a nomer somebody who hunts gnomes?
Nomers.
Yes. Nomer.
Nomers.
That's the name of like some dude stoner buddy. He's like,
Moniker.
hey, I'm Nomer.
Yeah.
Some kind of stoner like
He
alien.
wears a pointy red hat.
Some kind of stoner alien sidekick. Hey, I'm Nomer.
No, it's like a DMT sidekick.
Oh no,
the DMT gnome. Look it up, folks. Look up the DMT gnome.
Look at it.
It's interesting. Okay. Emmanuel says regarding damper versus dampener.
Yes.
Referencing a conversation last week. One is Trucknobabble. One is Australian food, and he provides a Wikipedia link to damper. An Australian food. So, hey, people check it out. You might.
I will perform a routine maintenance check on the starboard inertial damping system.
You might be interested.
Dampers online. Maintenance check in progress.
So, Manuel goes on to say, it might be the peyote talking, but I think the algorithm month sounds great. Again, referencing last week, Dan has an algorithm that he created that helps select which episodes we're going to discuss.
It's no secret.
Next on the podcast.
Is this character going to guess where the hell he's heard that before?
Well, he is getting there, but he.
Damn.
We talked about that.
That was harsh, Jesse.
Just having an evening. So Dan's algorithm normally, if it suggests an episode we've already done, we obviously we don't do that. But I suggested last week we should do a month where whatever the algorithm says, we're going to do it, no matter how bad the episode is, or if we've done it before. And he says, I can't wait for 4 fabulous weeks of past tense part 2.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which honestly, I would love if that happened.
Good.
Well said.
Good.
The algorithm
I've waited my whole life for an opportunity like this.
does have a tendency to pick that particular episode, past tense part 2, for whatever reason. This week's anxiety-inducing "Where the hell have I heard that before?" is William the Shatman Shatner when he runs out of paper money at a local strip club, or possibly Airplane 2, the sequel. Actually, scrap that. I already know I'm wrong because I looked up Airplane 2, Scotty Beam Me Up, to double check if I was right, and Google's breathtakingly stupid AI synopsis tells me he doesn't utter that line. So I already know I'm wrong. Now Jesse is going to think I'm a jerk and won't share his weed with me.
Sorry about that.
Oh no.
We'll totally share weed with you. You're getting close. William Shatner, yeah.
Thanks, Agamus.
I mean, I guess that much was obvious. So now
Star Trek 6.
Now let's
someone just got yelling out guesses.
Let's move on down the line here. We have a Blue Sky guess from
Haven't you lost enough for one day?
From Kara. Kara won last week, and she says, I feel honored to be declared the winner of last week's WTHHIHTB.
Hi.
I'm also giving you a blue ribbon for this week's sneaky clip source.
Blue ribbon.
This is the instance of Beam Me Up that Kirk says before the clip from last week, where Jillian glomps on him in the transporter beam in the park. So, in other words, to clarify, the last week's clip precedes is the exact clip that precedes the clip from 2 weeks ago.
Wow, dude.
Hey, Dan, you want to try to play them together?
Congratulations.
Yeah, how about this? Let me play. You.
Congratulations.
So Dan, can you play the Beam Me Up clip, and then I'll play it. We'll see if we can time it together right.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do the thing together.
Yeah. Because like yours goes first and then mine.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Do you need a countdown or anything?
No.
Okay.
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Well, hey, that was pretty good.
I'm mostly convinced. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, all right, Kara, one of the first people to get the guess correct, and then another guess from Amy. Amy, a regular contributor to this feature. Amy says Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. At about 1 hour, 28 minutes and 16 seconds, in which Admiral Kirk notably uses a variation of his usual beam me up, Scotty. I believe it is the only time he says it this way. Even more notably in the context of this game is the fact that this clip immediately precedes last week. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, this is the very different definition.
Congratulations. That was a spectacular failure of teamwork.
Sorry. I didn't mean to play the spectacular failure part.
This was actually good. So she says, Amy says, if I'm not mistaken, this is the very definition of tricky. I demand an apology, Dan. Because last week Dan was freaking out because Amy had suggested a clip, and it was very, very tricky.
Sorry about that.
Your in-depth discussion of the movie jogged my memory, so feel free to give yourselves credit.
Thanks, Agamus.
Yes, so Amy, again, correct. And as usual, Amy has provided excellent detail. But we have one more guess. This is a voicemail guess from our old buddy.
These are our messages.
Our old buddy, Fraser.
Hey, Sabrina.
Oh, no.
Jill,
Why does that always happen?
It's because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why it always happens.
I call that style of command a first mistake.
Okay.
Kind that makes my head shake and my heart break.
So the situation is, I sometimes have twitchy fingers. I'm so used to double clicking, and so many of these modern computers are all about the single click. But my
Completely unacceptable.
My brain forgets that sometimes and double clicks, and then I get the double action. Okay.
You get the double clicksies.
I apologize. So, what was I doing?
Frasier.
Oh yeah, Here we go.
Hey, Sabrina, Jill, Kelly, you fuckers. A couple shows ago, you put my terribly wrong but overly confident guess at the very end. Oh, this is Fraser, by the way. And you made me look like a fucking loser. So now it's my turn to make you guys look like fucking losers.
Can't
because
wait.
I solved your stupid motherfucking trick right the fucking way. This Scotty Beam Me Up happens right before the last clue, which is when the girl jumps on his back and goes back into the ship. It's right before that. That was your trick. That's how I know, because that's exactly the kind of thing that Jill would do. Fuck you, Jill.
Am I Jill?
No, Jillian is the.
Oh, Jillian.
Yeah.
I thought he was. He was renaming us.
No, and thank you, Fraser.
Congratulations.
Check your sensors. You'll see we're holding steady at 2.5.
To provide some context for what Fraser was talking about, a few weeks ago, it was an error on my part in all the excitement and tumult of the podcast. I completely forgot to play. Fraser had a guess, and I forgot to play his guess, and I felt bad. I realized that after we recorded the episode, so I tagged it on to the end of the episode. As sort of a humorous thing. Anyway, so this week, this week I'm going to declare Fraser the winner because not only did he get the answer correct, I feel bad. Thank you.
And those other people have won already.
Thank you, Fraser. Yeah, and thanks, Kara. Thanks, Megan. Thanks, everybody. So now we're going to play the clip for
Congratulations.
We're going to play the clip for next week.
Congrats!
I'll play it twice, and you can send your guesses in to either feedback@itsgotstartrek.com, that's our email, or on social media, wherever you like, wherever
you like it.
At It's Got Star Trek. You can find us on most of the social medias. And finally, if you want to record a voicemail, you can go to itsgotstartrek.com/record. All right, so here is the clip for next week. Where the hell have you heard this before?
Scotty! Eyes up. Beam us up.
Do you have any comments, Dan? All right.
Never place friendship above profit.
All right, I'm going to play
21st rule of acquisition.
I'm going to play it one more time. Here you go.
Scotty! Eyes up.
Scotty!
Beam us up.
All right, there it is. And
I didn't know she was a female.
I didn't know she was a female.
I also want to note we encourage folks to send
Where are your lobes?
Send in suggestions for clips. I like picking them, but I also like when the audience picks them. You guys come up with some really, really great clips. And in fact, Emmanuel sent an excellent fucking clip. We've got a couple lined up for the next couple of weeks, but we're definitely going to play Emmanuel's clip coming up soon.
As they say, you can pick your friends and you can pick your clips, but you can't pick your friends' clips.
All right.
I've never said that before.
I say it all the time.
The 22nd rule says a wise man can hear profit in the wind.
So, if you want, send us a clip. Try to keep it, 10 seconds-ish, not too long, but send either you send the time codes or just send the clip. All right, back to the discussion.
This was your big chance, Quark, and you blew it.
Dan, I think we have a list of crazy anti-female stuff.
Oh, yeah. We can do some of them. We don't have to do the whole thing.
All right. Well, you pick and choose. The editorial decisions are yours.
Okay, so the whole women objectification begins in the...
That's fast-talking Dan. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Jesse?
Cricket about me. What about the ball? Cricket about me. What about the ball?
I wish we could rewind. That was impressive. All right.
So we're never going to get through the list if...
Never.
But you can. I know that these are scaffolding for conversations, as you put it once, Patrick. So we talk all you want. I don't need to get through this list.
I appreciate that you appreciate that metaphor.
I appreciate myself. Thanks for letting me appreciate myself.
Appreciate.
Audience at home, Dan is, I don't know how to say this. He's appreciating himself right now.
So the objectification begins when Quark puts his hand on Dax's thigh. That sort of sets the theme of the episode. Yep. It's weird that you can think that you can just kind of grope a woman and it's all in good fun.
The 90s, yeah.
Then she beats them and they feel better about it because it was Curzon who played it all the time. So they can tell themselves they weren't beat by a girl. But then she's like, I'm better than he ever was anyway, so shut your dumb mouth.
Yeah.
For real.
Then after she says she's a better player than Curzon, Quark goes, and a prettier one, too.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
true. She's prettier than Curzon.
Come on.
Ron prefers Ferengi females, ones who never wear clothes, never talks back, and never plays tango. Is this the episode?
Who the hell asked Ron?
Nobody asked Ron for anything. Yeah. Is this the episode where we learn about the Ferengi's treatment of women on their planet?
I think we definitely are learning some of the more specifics. It
like the no clothes thing?
It may be. I don't know 100%, but might be where we learn that.
And then I mentioned this before. She's like, is that really how you like your women, naked and submissive? And Quark further hits on her, says, you find such a lifestyle appealing. And she says, you wish. He goes, oh, I do. I really do? And she seems completely unfazed by it. That would weird me out, but I guess as a woman you get used to those kinds of things.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
there's no way for me to know.
You just live with the constant burden and threat.
I'm not going to pretend to have any idea what that's like. Number 6, Quark compliments Pell on their business savvy, her business savvy, then says that when it comes to business, Rom has the weak little lobes of a female, which is ironic because she is a female and she has great advice.
Totally.
Kira's like, if you cheat the Dozai, you'll be in big trouble, mister. After which Grand Nagus Zek proceeds to hit on her. It's at that point he falls in love with her and starts giving her shit, like 50,000 kilos of brizine nitrate for their cooperation in negotiations, which he's probably just doing because he's hitting on her. And then so he gives her some bracelet later on. He ends the meeting by looking at Kira and saying, your nitrate will be delivered promptly. Anything else you need, please come see me personally. And that's sort of like him being like, While Quark, Cisco, Kira, and Zek, and Mahardu are waiting for the Dosai to come out for negotiations, Zek pinches Kira, presumably on her butt.
Yeah.
They all get in Pell's face, and she's like, yeah, whatever.
A quick aside, do you think Zek has an ironically very smooth penis? I don't know what a Ferengi penis looks like, but he's all wrinkly and horrifying. So I was wondering if I don't know, maybe his penis is even wrinklier.
Maybe it's got ridges.
Maybe it's like the most wrinkly thing ever. I just tossing that out there.
Yeah.
Tossing it out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Ferengi dingy.
So Kira goes to return her gift to Zek, and he asks her about the brizine, and then invites her to sit on his lap. He's like, have a seat right here. Have a seat right here on my lap.
He's like Santa Claus, like some sort of horrifying.
Come sit on my lap, and I'll give you some brizine nitrate.
He can't really expect that she would do that, but as we find out, whether or not they expect them to follow through doesn't change like what they'll try. Is that part of the fun, saying whatever he wants to a woman he knows won't comply?
It's kind of like, remember that King of the Hill where Bobby is trying to learn how to hang out with girls and Hank foolishly suggests that he learn from Boomhauer. And so Boomhauer takes him to the mall and Boomhauer just hits on like 30 different women. And then finally one is like, I'm into it. But all the other ones are completely put off.
Bobby's like, that's your secret?
Yeah. It's literally the shotgun approach.
Right. They find out Pell is a female, and Quark faints. Rom is like, she's a female who wears clothes and is trying to earn a profit. Yeah. She quotes from the sacred rules of acquisition. Such a female, must be severely punished. I want to first say that was quite a stunt fall that I think Armin Shimmerman did in that scene.
I was Dan saw me making all sorts of crazy motions because I really wanted to call out how great the direction of that reveal was, where Quark walks, there's a conversation happening at the front of the stage, stage front, and then Quark goes back in the scene, but the camera doesn't stop. It's just Quark goes back. We don't hear anything. We just hear Rom say something to him, and then Quark does that brilliant, hilarious, straight as a rod fall.
Yeah. It was a whole story played out because you can see Rom grab her. You can see Rom point to her, and she's like looking over, like, and Rom like pulls her over.
And
like
Quark is all like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, right.
Like, all these body motions are conveying so much information.
And he's got this crazy bump on the back of his head.
There must have been some kind of major padding back there because that's hard to fall straight back like that, even with padding.
At least lieutenant padding.
Lieutenant padding?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they couldn't afford major padding.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's a big budget show. I don't know.
Yeah, that was funny.
Dan, you're scaring me, brother.
Dan is reluctantly amused by that joke. All right. Any other?
I have to save you from yourself.
Ferengi women aren't allowed. Okay, Ferengi women aren't allowed to leave the house or wear clothes or learn to read, which is pretty shitty. Yeah. Then, when she returned, okay, that was, I don't know, that's a separate one. Okay, that was one. Then here's the last one.
That's one of Dan's private lists, not for the podcast.
Then when I really did a poor job with these lists. I mixed them up because I noticed a couple of the other ones, Savvy Pell, were in this one too. I really fucked it up.
We're all acting a little goofy tonight, but that's all right.
When Kira returns the bracelet thing, he references having a wild, passionate romance with Kira. Yeah. He's just like, had to ask, or what he said. He said, just
thought I'd ask.
And then when she turns him down and leaves. He pinches her butt again with a super creepy look on his
the
face.
pinching the butt's not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah.
So the first time she was going to kick his ass. The second time she just kind of accepted it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot in this episode where, okay, so one other point I wanted to make before we close out the show is that there's a series-long arc basically starts here. There's a lot of Ferengi arcs, but there's a particular sexual politics of women Ferengi, an arc that plays out over the whole series, and it involves Quark's mom and Rom and all these things. It's super fun and interesting. This arc they go on. At the same time, this episode is not, it's not 100% perfect because some of the humor is like, it's like, it gets complicated with the person pretending to be something else. Like she's disguising herself as a man to access male world, but she's not. She doesn't identify as a man, for example. There's that, like we talked about, some of the jokes rely on homosexuality being distasteful, yet other parts of the episode have an attitude where like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Quark doesn't seem to think there's a problem with that. Jadzia doesn't seem to think there's a problem with that. So there is some reinforcing of just heteronormative things where it's like the right thing to do is to a boy and a girl hanging out. That's like the right thing to do. Right. But what are you going to do? That's just some 90s stuff. I don't think most of it's too egregious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Quark is not so concerned about any potential confusion or accidental homosexual relationship. He's much more concerned about being tricked by a lady. Yeah, like that concerns him, right?
Where are your lobes?
Kira was being like really fucking like mean. She goes, Zek's talking about docile erase from the Gamma Quadrant, a very profitable opportunity for all concerned. She's like profitable for the Ferengi. Mm-hmm. And then he
Zek's
goes
like, this is what I just said. Isn't that what I just fucking said?
He's like the leader of the Ferengi.
And then I was going to share it with you.
And then he goes, are you implying something? She's like, no, me not at all. The Ferengi's reputation speaks for itself, And then he's like, a reputation of honesty and decency and reliability. You always know what to expect when you do business with the Ferengi. And she goes, which is why if you're smart, you don't do business with the Ferengi. Yeah. At that point, Sisko's like, all right.
Remember, wasn't it an emissary? No, wasn't it a caretaker when Harry Kim, like Tom is like telling Harry Kim that like Ferengis are like awful people or whatever.
Oh, is that the one where Quark gets all fake indignant?
Yes,
all like,
but then he is tricking Harry.
Yeah, then he is.
Which again is like the show is. It's funny, but the show is kind of saying, the Ferengi are shitty.
And I just want to mention that it's gross how like the Ferengi, instead of clipping their ear hair, they like groom it.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he's grooming his ear hair.
Well, they're meant to be.
I know it's meant to. I know it's meant to be like
but
that.
You're right. It is.
I haven't seen too much Ferengi ear hair other than on that fool.
Yeah, I know they did it on purpose, but I'm just saying like that for some reason is just really gross to me.
It is yucky. Yeah.
It is pretty gross.
He's like, it's very dignified.
At least it didn't have like little bits of earwax or like
I know,
right?
That guy's got a whole ton of
Maybe
earwax.
that's why they're not doing the HD remake.
It's the best part.
Dan likes playing that clip because he knows it upsets me. It's from Shawshank Redemption. It's upsetting. But I do.
Chief O'Brien?
All right, that's a good palate. What's that other palate cleanser? The little diddly doots? The little door chime?
No, not that one.
I mean, I do like that from Starfleet Academy. No. Was it that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was that one. I like that.
And then there was this one.
And then the shame on you. Can you play the shame on you?
Shut up, Rom.
Oh, whoops.
Shame on you.
Okay, all right.
Shut up. Shut up, Rom.
I think that'll do it for us this week. That's been a fun, if slightly disorganized podcast.
Shame on you.
Next
with your
week,
big chance, Quark, and you blew it.
Next week, maybe we'll
Don't be ridiculous.
Maybe we'll be better next week. We'll see.
Maybe.
Speaking of next week, we will be discussing.
Do I have to spell it out for you?
A Voyager episode. In this case, it will be Voyager's Unforgettable. It's a Chakotay focused episode.
Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere?
That's a fast talking. Who was that? Is that?
Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere?
Forget about me. What about the bar? Forget about me. What about the bar?
That's Kira, but it doesn't sound like Kira.
Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere? This was going to get him anywhere?
Is that Kira?
This was going to get him anywhere? Going to get him anywhere? Going to get him anywhere? Get him anywhere? Going to get him anywhere? Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere? Going to get him anywhere? Get him anywhere?
Can you just tell me if it was Kira?
Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere? Did Zek really think this was going to get him anywhere?
All right.
Oh yeah, it was Kira. Sorry.
Yeah. Earlier, Dan was like, I gotta start the podcast. got a schedule to keep and all that.
Whatever.
340.
Whatever.
Podcast 340.
Just didn't sound like Kira, but yeah, Kira.
It did.
So next week, Voyager's Unforgettable. Check that out.
That's what I was thinking.
Send us your where the hell have I heard that before guesses by Friday. It's got StarTrek.com, Facebook, YouTube. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, even if you don't want to listen to us there. It is helpful to us, apparently, according to all the podcasting newsletters.
Is that a crime?
And at It's Got Star Trek on all the social media. With that, we'll give you a firm and hearty goodbye.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Then you're fired. You're fired.
You had the good taste to not put a Trump "you're fired" in there.
Oh,
That's
boy.
good. That's good.
I didn't even dream of that.
It would have been funny, but in bad taste.
Poor taste.
Yeah, poor taste. All right.
Your negotiating skills aren't bad for a human.